Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Today, I would like to talk about today's Friday, and I usually do a little card pull on Friday, but I actually felt inspired to talk about something specifically, so we're going to do that. Our message for today is to not let fear distract you from your faith, because that is what fear will do. And, as a spiritually awakened person, you understand that there is a lot more going on right now than meets the eye. And it can be scary, and especially if you are trying to seek out what is coming in the future. What you are finding might be pretty scary, and it can be pretty fear-inducing, and it can really get you wrapped up in this 3D reality. What are things gonna look like? What exactly is gonna happen? What is my place in it? Where am I gonna be? What am I gonna be doing? It's just like it's natural. It's our human mind that, like, once you understand the gravity of what is happening, it is only natural for us to fear it because it is unknown. And in that unknowing, it can drive you one of two ways. It can drive you into fear, being wrapped up in how things are going to play out and what's going to happen and what's going to look like, and is everything going to be okay, and are you going to be okay, are your loved ones going to be okay, what is happening, what's going to happen. And it can really allow you to spiral into that direction. And as you spiral, that's why I say get wrapped up, because it's like the fear and those lower vibrations just continue to circle you and wrap you up and wrap you up, and there is no end to that rabbit hole, it seems. There is no end to the fear and the what ifs, and and the light and the dark and the good and the bad and the yada yada yada. It can literally drive you insane. But what you need to do is you need to not let that fear wrap you up. And at any point when you start to recognize it is the point to not let it wrap you up. Like I said, it's natural. It is our human ego. It is our mind that serves us. The ego does serve us. Don't forget that. But it only serves us to a certain extent. So it is that egoic mind that you can get wrapped up in, and staying in that vibration of fear is kind of that wrong turn. That's where you make that wrong turn. It's okay to feel that fear and to question and to want to know, but when you wrap yourself up and you stay in that fearful vibration, that is where that's the turn towards negative town that you don't want to take. Because not only does fear feed the lower vibrations, the darker energies, fear will also then start to infiltrate every cell of your being. And when it starts to do that, it will affect your words, your thoughts, and your actions. And we all know that those things create our reality. So if you start to act and think and feel in a fear-based mentality, you are going to, because it is law, you are going to then have more of a fear fear-based experience. And at no point are you too far gone, but it is much easier, I guess, if you were to catch yourself right away and not get too wrapped up in that. Like I said, do not let fear take you from your faith. Do not let, you getting so wrapped up in what's about to happen that it is distracting you, because ultimately it is a distraction from your faith, from that oneness, from the truth that we all know deep inside our beings, that we are all one, we are all cut from the same cloth. There is only one energy, and that the divine is perfect and everything is working out perfectly, and everything that happens, regardless of what it is perfect. It is happening for a reason. And I've talked about this before, but one of the techniques that I use to kind of shake myself out of that fear-based mentality and to really get more of a perspective of what is going on is zooming out. It's easy to get wrapped up in this life and this human experience, this body. But when you start to zoom out, I live in a neighborhood, so I zoom out to my neighborhood, all of the happenings, all of these people, all of the souls here. Then I zoom out a little bit more to my town, zoom out a little bit more to the state, zoom out a little bit more to the country, zoom out a little bit more to the entire planet, zoom out even further to all of the UFO, all of the alien, all of the spiritual realms that could possibly exist. And when you start to think about all of those inner workings, all of those beings, it really puts your life, yourself into perspective. And then you zoom out further, and it's not even just what is existing right now, but it is everything that has ever existed in all of time. Because time doesn't exist, it is not linear. Everything is happening right now. So when you zoom out that far, it makes it really hard to be wrapped up in your own egoic, fearful thoughts. It really helps you to put into perspective of, okay, there's a lot going on here, and I play a very small part, a very vital part. I am not negating your part in all of this, but it is very small compared to the grand scheme of things, of what is really going on, what's actually going on. And we're here to play our part. We aren't here to get so wrapped up in what is happening outside of ourselves that we don't play our part, our individual part that we are here to play and experience. That is not the case. It's, again, striking that balance, and just using these as tools. Use that zooming out as a tool to help you reconnect. Now, there are many tools. Getting into nature, I can't preach that enough. And preach, get into nature, get your feet on the ground. Yesterday it was, I work in a beach town, and it was a beautiful day out, and I was like, I have to get out on the beach. I have to get my feet in the sand. And I even put my feet in the water, and it felt like straight pain, but on a level it was so refreshing, and it was so grounding, and it was so I just felt like it just snapped me out of whatever egoic things I was wrapped up in, and snapped me back into reality, and snapped me back into my connection with everything, not even just the planet, the connection to each other, the connection to the divine, the connection to your angels, the connection to your spirit guides. We are all connected, and we need to lean into that connection, lean into that faith right now, because otherwise it is way too enticing and too easy to be really lured and tricked and deceived into a fear-based mentality, into those lower vibrations. You know, when you hear stories about the devil's never showing his horns and in your face and wanting to hurt you right away. You know, it's not like he's not sitting there like, I'm gonna beat you up and you gotta follow me. No, 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 no. It is much sneakier than that. It is much more alluring than that. And that allure is not always the allure of something good or the promise of something good. That's the divine. The allure of the devil is getting wrapped up, believing that you are separate. You know, that God has abandoned you, that the divine is not really here. Look at what's going on. Open your eyes. You know, look at the world. How could you think that this is the divine's plan? You know, and it is more in those sneaky ways, those sneaky seeds. That is how the devil is tempting you to go to the other side, to join him on the dark side. But we know better than this. We are people of the faith, and we need to start being people of the faith. And if you are a spiritually awakened person, you are a person of the faith. And we need to keep acting as people of the faith, which means we need to start bringing ourselves back on track. Like, whoop, 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 you're getting a little too far out there. Let's reel it in. Let's reel it in. Let's go within. Let's understand. Let's go back to our truth. Let's connect. Always do that. Anytime you feel yourself getting wrapped up, and it might take you a while to realize it, or to realize a certain aspect of your life that you are doing this in, but anytime you realize it, remember, it's never too late to turn towards the divine. You're never too wrapped up. And it's always like that amazing wake-up call that allows you to take that sigh of relief, to understand that we are immortal spiritual beings having a temporary human experience, and that this lifetime is an illusion, and that this life is whatever we want to create it to be, even when it feels like everything is falling down around us. Remember that we create that bubble of our experience through our faith in the divine. So that is our message for today. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Anne, and I hope to see you next time.